Well, F. POTUS Counsel 1 is in very serious trouble tonight. That is how one of Donald Trump's criminal defense lawyers is identified. In newly released portions of the FBI affidavit supporting the search warrant of Donald Trump's home issued by a federal judge, the affidavit explains all of the steps that the federal investigators took to try to retrieve all government documents and classified documents from Donald Trump's residence before they came to this judge to seek a search warrant. The affidavit says, quote, on June 3rd, 2022, 3 FBI agents and DOJ counsel arrived at the premises to accept receipt of the materials. In addition to F. POTUS Counsel 1, another individual, hereinafter individual 2, was also presented as the custodian of records for F. POTUS's post-presidential office. The FBI was there that day in June, armed with a subpoena for all of the government records on the premises. And they were lied to that day by both of Donald Trump's lawyers. We already knew from a previously unredacted portion of the FBI affidavit that individual 2 provided the FBI with a letter certifying that the Trump team conducted, quote, a diligent search and was now handing over to the FBI everything, absolutely everything that their subpoena asked for. And that lie was signed by attorney Christina Bobb, who has since dropped out of the Trump defense team and has hired her own criminal defense lawyer. That much we already knew. But now, in the newly unredacted portion of the FBI affidavit, we discover F. POTUS Counsel 1 is in at least as much trouble, if not more trouble, than Christina Bobb. Because the FBI affidavit says that on that day, June 3rd, quote, F. POTUS Counsel 1 stated he was advised all the records that came from the White House were stored in one location within Mar-a-Lago, the storage room, and the boxes of records in the storage room were the remaining repository of records from the White House. F. POTUS Counsel 1 further stated he was not advised there were any records in any private office space or other location in Mar-a-Lago. That, we now know, was a lie, a complete lie, because the FBI, with their search warrant, actually found classified documents in his desk. When the FBI went into that place with a search warrant, they found classified documents in Donald Trump's desk, in his desk drawer, with his passport, in Donald Trump's office room, not in the storage room, in his desk. So F. POTUS Counsel 1 was not telling the truth to the FBI about all the documents being in the storage room. And that means that F. POTUS Counsel 1 needs his own criminal defense lawyer yesterday. F. POTUS Counsel 1 is an inadequately experienced lawyer named Evan Corcoran, whose career as a lawyer may now be coming to an end. If federal prosecutors can prove that he intentionally lied to the FBI about all the documents being in the storage room and all the documents being handed over to the FBI on June 3rd, then Evan Corcoran could be convicted of obstruction of justice and lying to the FBI. Much of the FBI affidavit is still redacted. And so we don't know all of the evidence of obstruction of justice that was presented to the judge to obtain the search warrant. But we do know that the judge believed that there would probably be evidence of obstruction of justice found at Donald Trump's residence, which is why the judge approved the FBI search warrant. The most important piece of evidence for Evan Corcoran's new criminal defense lawyer to be studying is something else that we are just learning about in the newly unredacted portion of the affidavit. We have previously known that after the FBI and the Justice Department lawyers went to that residence on June 3rd to collect what they were then told were all of the remaining documents, the Justice Department, after that, subpoenaed the closed-circuit TV video recordings from their surveillance cameras at the residence. We did not know how extensive the request was in that subpoena, the demand was in that subpoena. It was not a subpoena for 1 day of surveillance video. It was 6 months of surveillance video of everyone going in and out of that storage room where classified documents and other government records were kept. 6 full months of video. The newly unredacted portion of the affidavit reveals that the subpoena demanded, quote, any and all surveillance records, videos, images, photographs, and/or CCTV from internal cameras located on ground floor, basement on the Mar-a-Lago property from the time period of January 10th, 2022 to the present. That was 6 months of surveillance video. We do not yet know what the FBI saw on those 6 months of videos, but we do know that after they got those videos, that's when they went looking for a search warrant. That's when they started establishing the fact base they needed to present to a federal judge to get a search warrant. It was after seeing those videos. The possibilities are endless about what can be seen in those 6 months of videos, including Donald Trump himself, possibly going into the storage room and carrying classified documents out and up to his office to put them in that drawer, possibly in the company of F. POTUS Counsel 1. Evan Corcoran might be in those videos right beside Donald Trump, walking in and out of the storage room. Evan Corcoran's criminal defense lawyer needs to study 6 months of surveillance video to see how many times Evan Corcoran is seen on those videos and to see what is in his hands when he does appear on those videos. As of Monday of this week, Evan Corcoran's name still appears among the criminal defense lawyers on the signature page of the most recent filing by Donald Trump's lawyers in the case appropriately titled Donald J. Trump versus United States of America. How much longer will Evan Corcoran continue to be listed as a member of the Trump criminal defense team when he will be, no doubt, increasingly spending his time with his own criminal defense team?